A new president in 1869 brought a reform-minded approach to teaching and learning, and by the end of the century, Harvard was known around the world for its academic excellence. What were the key events that made this possible? Let's find out. Hello and welcome to the WGBH series, The Presidents Are Coming. I'm your host. Each week, we bring you a new episode on one of America's presidents, from the 1st through the 46th, looking at their lives, their presidencies, and their enduring legacies. Join us each week as we explore the highs and lows, the scandals and successes, the policies and the politics that have shaped our nation. Today, we'll look at Chapter 8, the 19th century. Reform, science, and expansion. It was a good day at the ice casino when Charles William Eliot arrived at Harvard in 1869, alumnus of the class of 1831. Eliot had just stepped down as secretary of the Massachusetts Board of Education, where he had modernized that state's public schools. In addition, he was well known for his support of the new science of psychology and for his advocacy of coeducation. All these progressive ideas would soon become part of the Harvard story. The son of a wealthy dry goods merchant, Eliot enjoyed a privileged upbringing with ample opportunity to pursue higher education. But while attending Harvard, he had been deeply affected by the plight of poor children who had few educational options. Their condition troubled him throughout his life and was a motivating force behind his career in education. Upon his arrival at Harvard, Eliot quickly set about modernizing the college. One of his first acts was to introduce a more diversified curriculum. Until then, Harvard students had been required to study a prescribed set of subjects known as the common curriculum. This consisted of rhetoric, or public speaking and writing, logic, natural philosophy, which is to say physics, chemistry, astronomy, and mathematics. Latin, Greek, and Hebrew were also required. While this was adequate preparation for those going into ministry or law, it did not sufficiently prepare students for careers in science, technology, or business. In order to address this issue, Eliot introduced elective courses, allowing students to choose from a variety of subjects outside the common curriculum. Though initially controversial, the elective system became a cornerstone of American higher education. Today, the vast majority of college students take at least some elective courses. While advocating for a more diversified curriculum, Eliot was simultaneously modernizing the faculty. He understood that in order for Harvard to thrive, it needed to offer students instruction in emerging fields, such as psychology, sociology, and economics. But at the time, departments offering such courses were not considered proper academic disciplines, so Eliot began by hiring professors whose expertise lay outside traditional departments, giving them titles such as Professor of Mental and Moral Philosophy and Professor of Economic Science. These individuals taught what would today be called social science courses and helped shift the focus away from the classics toward the modern world. Eliot knew that for Harvard to succeed, it also needed to embrace science. At the time, many scientists were trained abroad, often in Europe, and Eliot sought to change that. He hired scientists and provided them with laboratory space so that they could conduct research on campus. By doing so, he transformed Harvard into one of the leading centers of scientific research in the United States. To further strengthen the sciences, Eliot established several prizes for scientific work, including one to encourage international collaboration in scientific endeavors. The first, Lawrence Scientific Expedition, sent Harvard scientists to Hawaii in 1887 to observe an upcoming total solar eclipse. They returned valuable data that helped advance scientific understanding of solar eclipses. Eliot's vision for science at Harvard would grow into one of the university's greatest strengths. Today, Harvard scientists make significant contributions to various fields, including medicine, physics, chemistry, biology, and earth sciences. Their work has led to advancements in fields such as gene editing, artificial intelligence, nanotechnology, and climate change research. Another of Eliot's notable contributions was the establishment of a graduate school in 1872. Recognizing the importance of advanced degrees, Eliot created the first PhD program in the United States. At the time, earning a doctorate was not common among American students, but Eliot believed that a strong graduate program was essential for any top-tier university. His vision helped establish Harvard as a leader in graduate education. And today, Harvard has one of the most prestigious graduate schools in the world. Yet another one of Eliot's accomplishments was his promotion of coeducation. A firm believer in equal access to education for all, Eliot opened up Harvard to women. However, he faced opposition from conservative members of the Board of Overseers, the governing body of the university. Despite this, Eliot pressed forward, admitting the first female students in 1871. Their presence led to the creation of new opportunities for women at the university and helped pave the way for future generations of female scholars. While Eliot made significant strides in diversifying the student body, faculty, and curriculum, he also expanded the physical plan. To accommodate the growing student population, Eliot oversaw the construction of several new buildings, including dormitories, classrooms, and libraries. He also introduced new technologies, such as the telephone, 2D campus. These improvements enhanced the quality of student life and contributed to the growth of the university. However, Eliot's legacy is not without its critics. Some argue that his emphasis on academic excellence and his efforts to modernize the curriculum and faculty diminished the importance of tradition and the liberal arts at Harvard. Others criticize his promotion of science and research, arguing that it shifted the university's focus away from teaching. Despite these criticisms, Eliot's contributions to Harvard are undeniable. Under his leadership, the university grew from a small, elite institution to one of the most prestigious universities in the world. And it wasn't just Eliot who was expanding the realm of knowledge. A former enslaved man named John Merrick, better known as Black John, was conducting his own form of scientific research. As the son of an enslaved woman, Merrick grew up working in the fields, but he was different from the other enslaved people. He was curious about the natural world and loved exploring the woods near his master's house. There, he learned to read and write, eventually educating himself in botany, meteorology, astronomy, and geography. Merrick developed his own theories based on his observations of nature, which he shared with visitors to his master's house. Though he received little formal education, Merrick's curiosity and thirst for knowledge led him to become a self-educated naturalist and astronomer. Sadly, not much is known about Merrick's life, but his story serves as a reminder that learning can take place anywhere and at any time. The growth of science during this period was not limited to universities. Many scientists were making important discoveries and advancements in their fields. For example, American astronomer Edward Pickering discovered a new method for measuring the brightness of stars, which revolutionized the study of astronomy. Another American astronomer, George Laureates, discovered sunspots using a new type of telescope. These advancements in astronomy allowed scientists to learn more about the universe and our place in it. Meanwhile, American inventor Alexander Graham Bell was making important contributions to the field of communication. Best known for inventing the telephone, Bell's work on sound and acoustics led to significant advances in the field. His invention of the photophone, which transmitted sound through beams of light, was a precursor to modern fiber optic communication. Bell's work helped pave the way for the digital age and the rapid transmission of information around the world. Finally, we should also mention American physician and scientist Joseph LeConte, who made significant contributions to the field of biology. LeConte was one of the first to study evolution in the United States, and his work on the subject was highly influential. He also made important discoveries in the field of embryology, the study of the development of organisms from fertilization to birth. LeConte's work helped to advance our understanding of the natural world and the processes that drive it. As the 19th century drew to a close, Harvard was widely recognized as one of the finest universities in the world. Its reputation for academic excellence and cutting-edge research had grown significantly. This growth was due in large part to the modernization of the curriculum, the introduction of new technologies, and the expansion of the physical plant. In addition, Eliot's commitment to diversity and inclusion had helped to create a more welcoming and inclusive environment for students from all backgrounds. But the story of Harvard's growth and development during this period is not just about the contributions of one man or the advancements made in science and research. It's also about the dedication of countless students, faculty, and administrators who came before and after Eliot. Their hard work and dedication helped to shape Harvard into the world-renowned institution it is today. The growth and development of Harvard during the 19th century was nothing short of remarkable. From its humble beginnings as a small provincial college to its emergence as one of the most prestigious universities in the world, Harvard's journey was marked by challenges, but also by incredible achievements. The modernization of the curriculum, the introduction of new technologies, and the expansion of the physical plant were all instrumental in driving this growth. And the contributions of individuals like Eliot, Bell, Halley, and Leconte helped to push the boundaries of knowledge and understanding. Thank you for joining us this week on The Presidents Are Coming. Join us next week as we continue our series with a look at the early life and career of Theodore Roosevelt. I'm the host,